Glad to see that you're also back. For those who are here for the first time, hi, I'm Vivian. And I am not sure why the Holy Spirit gave me this specific series to talk about now, especially because now it will show what a big conspiracy theorist I actually am. Uh, and yeah, we need to make a series out of this because there's a lot that I want to talk about. So today's topic, or the next couple of weeks' topic, is gonna be the things I've learned the last couple of years. Today we will specifically talk about the Hantavirus, the WHO, and the pastors that were called to prepare God's people. But before we start, don't forget to like, share this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you feel like it. Besides that, I got my notes and I also got my coffee. So let's do this. Oh, of course, I also got Jesus. So let's do this. By the way, I will have to put some links of former videos of mine in the description box below because I will be talking a lot about topics I've talked about already. I'm just gonna go deeper into them, or I'm gonna reference things I've spoken in former videos in this video. And if I were to put the information there in this video or the next couple of videos, it's gonna be a very, very long series, and we do not want that. So what I definitely suggest you watch from my previous videos is the Spiritual Realm series. It's a 4-part series, and I will put them in the description box below, and I will also headline or highlight the topics that I talk about in this series. And yeah, so, and if you don't believe the things that I'm gonna say right now in this series, I highly suggest that you go research for it yourself, because you're a big kid, not even a kid, you're probably an adult, so go do your own research, because this would be a whole lot of work for me to do on my own. So if you doubt it, go see it for yourself. So we will start with the hantavirus. Now, all I need to say about this is COVID 2.0, okay? It's the same thing that happened in 2020. The elites even confessed that they were trying to see how far they can go with society. And so many people were so obedient to the point of actually becoming violent towards people that did not want to go or to follow the so-called safety measures. And by the way, those safety measures gave exactly those elites millions and millions of extra dollars in their pockets in form of masks and the vaccination. They destroyed society with this pandemic. They split society with the pandemic plus the woke ideology. Yes, the woke ideology is nothing more than to split society even more. Children are far behind in their academic capabilities because schools closed down. And since they reopened, they're not being taught good skills, good things that will bring them future or will help them in the future. No. They're being taught even more woke ideology. So in the pandemic, they put society in a state of constant panic, okay, which traumatized many people, especially my generation, Gen Z, and the next one, which is Gen Alpha. It basically immobilized us and it made us dumber because we couldn't do nothing besides stay home in front of a screen 24/7, and we got indoctrinated through those screenshots to believe what the elites want us to believe and watch what they want us to watch. So, and also COVID was not as deadly as people have portrayed it to be. Now, of course, it was serious for elderly people and people with respiratory issues, but they also claimed it was dangerous for children, and at the end, it wasn't really. But let me tell you what actually ended up killing the majority of people that died in the pandemic. It was the vaccination. And did you know that actually it's very possible that Epstein's DNA was in the vaccine and we are all carrying it right now? I mean, I asked Jesus to clean me by my body from his DNA, but I'm just saying. And I know this because in the Epstein files, there was an email that Epstein sent to Bill Gates asking or telling him that he wishes to put his DNA in every single human in this world. Just an FYI for you there. Now, if the vaccination, if it didn't kill people, it changed their body. And I know some of you are thinking, oh, that's not true. The vaccine was helpful. It prevented infections and it saved tons of lives. Okay, cool. Then you explain to me also how it is possible that so many people died shortly after getting a vaccination. And also explain to me why people like me and my parents, after we got the vaccination, who was supposed to prevent you from infecting yourself with the coronavirus, how afterwards the majority of people got infected with COVID. And don't even get me started on the side effects of the vaccination that supposedly never existed. Okay, I got vaccine twice due to pressure. I got vaccine twice in 2022. It has been 4 years. 4 years. And only now is my body starting to recover. It's starting to get better, to go back to normal. Ironically, also only started to get better after I prayed to God to take the DNA of Epstein out of my body. I'm just saying, the side effects were very real. I got vaccinated, my mom, my dad, and my stepfather. We all got vaccinated twice. I mean, my father once. Our immune system has been damaged since then. Mine is recovering now. And our bodies got weaker. I am recovering now from all of this. My father, he did not end up with a weaker immune system or with a weaker body, but since then he has been dealing with panic attacks. He never had problems with panic attacks before in his life, by the way. So don't come at me in the comments defending the vaccination, because I'm here speaking of my experience, the experience of 3 of my family members, my friends, and other people I talk to about the vaccination. So do not come at me. You cannot convince me otherwise. This is my experience and what I've seen happen to other people. So the hantavirus, though, is just a continuation of all of this mess. But it's going to be worse because people are already saying that the mortality rate lies at 40%. But isn't the origin just so similar to the COVID virus? It's from another country. At first, it was only able to pass on from animal to animal, and then from animal to human. And now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, is able to pass from human to human. And there's no cure, there's no vaccination, but the pharma industry is already up on it to make us and give us new vaccines to prevent us from getting sick. Oh, by the way, Hanta in Hebrew means fake. Just throwing this in there, just FYI. Now, if you've been paying attention to the case on the cruise ship, the way they're handling it is so laughable and incredibly obvious. In the cruise, 3 people allegedly died from this virus. And the doctor of the cruise ship is just like, nothing unusual here. It's all good. It's just a normal Tuesday on a cruise ship. 3 people died one after another having the same symptoms, but hey, all normal here. Nothing to be worried about. Not just that, the wife, they come from an European country, a wife of one of the men that died, okay, due to the sickness. She left the cruise ship with her dead man's body to bury him in their country, which, okay, but she just, left the ship into the airplane with everybody else in the airplane, and it's just flying home, la-di-da, is all good. One more thing. I'm not sure if all people of the cruise ship, because many nationalities were in that cruise ship. Now, I'm not sure about all the others, but the Americans, they landed with the cruise ship in somewhere in North America. I'm not quite sure where it was anymore. They've been told to go home and self-quarantine. There is no medical plane, medical bus, medical cars. No. Go home. Go home. It's a gigantic country. You might need 10 hours drive home. You might need to get to a whole airplane because you need 15 hours to drive a car if you go with car. No, no, no. Don't. We're not gonna immobilize our military or our medical people. You just go home and self-quarantine and look out for symptoms. Obvious. Pathetic. Sad. I'm sorry, but this is a whole other level of either stupid or of I don't care, people will fall for it anyway. So, not wrapping up the hantavirus yet, but I'm gonna already jump over to the WHO. Because many people underestimate the power that they hold in the world, although the majority of politicians in the world are part of the WHO. Now, the WHO is saying that the hantavirus originated in Argentina, right? Guess which country withdrew from the WHO this year? Argentina. And guess what big event is happening this year? The World Cup. And I would not be surprised if Argentina would not be able to play this year. Kind of a like, got you. That's what you get for leaving. I don't know if this is the case. It might be, it might not be. Let's see. But it wouldn't surprise me the least bit. Also, the WHO played a huge role in the COVID pandemic. They play a huge role in the wars we're seeing happening today. And they play a huge role in economics. And now we also know why everything is going to hell all over the world. Here's what the Bible says, okay? Matthew 24:7. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines and pestilence and earthquakes in diverse places. Pestilence are pandemics, okay? But guess what? We're talking about engineered pandemics. The Bible also says in Revelation 6:8. So I looked, and there was a pale green horse. Its rider's name was Death, and the grave was following right behind. They were given authority over a fourth of the earth to kill by sword, famine, disease, and the animals of the earth. Which also fits what Jesus says in Matthew 24:6. You will hear about wars and reports of wars. Don't be alarmed, these things must happen, but this isn't the end yet. These wars we're seeing happening right now, the sole purpose of them is to get rid of as many humans as possible. Because here's the thing about the Russia and the Ukraine war. Many countries are sanctioning Russia by not buying stuff from Russia, including stuff like gas that we need for our heaters and other stuff. Now, ironically, they made this sanction close before winter started. Many people died because their apartments were cold. Now, if we look in the war in Israel against Iran, the majority of the world is not fighting this war, but it's affecting the entire world because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. And this affects supplies and resources. It will affect medicine importation, food importation, gas importation, fuel importation, chemicals importation, and just in general importation. This will lead to hunger because the government is taking away land from farmers. And the farmers that do have their land still, they will not gonna be able to harvest as well as they used to do because fertilizer also comes from the Strait of Hormuz, or some have been forbidden. So the harvest is gonna be a joke. And many people most likely will commit suicide because the certain medicine is missing. Won't be imported anymore because the Strait of Hormuz is closed. But this is all part of the plan. Have you not realized the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse are here? And they are here to kill a third of humans? Why do you think all of this is happening? Pandemics, hunger, death, and war. 4 happenings occurring all over the world, the same as the name of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. They are wiping out humans here, okay? Because they work with the devil, they're the elite. They're wiping out humanity with their actions while claiming that, oh, it's not their fault, other countries are to blame, and we're just defending the good people, we're fighting the good war, and we're saving humanity. Meanwhile, they sit up there in their mansions, in their big chairs, all comfortable, looking down, being guarded by security, and having people die because of their own decisions. But again, this is all part of the plan. Have you not heard the WHO talk several times about depopulation? They claim that the world is too full of humans. And this is why in the COVID pandemic, instead of creating a vaccine to prevent infection, they created a vaccine to either make you infected or kill you. Because for them, there's too many people in the world. There's too many people, so they cannot control everybody at once because there is too many of us. If we all rise up, they're screwed. I'm just saying. But this is where the Strait of Hormuz, closing it, comes in also, because it cuts resources short. People will die of hunger. People will die of sickness. People will die due to civil war because they're fighting over food and all of those stuff. And again, they're also including the food shortage because of the Strait of Hormuz. They're also taking lands from the farmers away so that the food gets even shorter, even faster. So either it's going to be either the fertilizer that they need is going to be, again, illegal or incredibly expensive. The WHO are the four horsemen of the apocalypse. Many politicians, many of the elites are part of this organization, which is why the WHO has the world in a chokehold, because this is how powerful they actually are, and because they serve the one that rules this world, which is the devil. Now, lastly, let's talk about the pastor's call to prepare God's people. I don't need to say much about this because, at least to me, it's quite obvious what they were trying to do. Now, if you didn't know, the UFO and alien disclosure happened. But before this happened, several pastors all over America were called to prepare the congregation for what will come, which will be that many will fall away due to what is in the UFO and alien files. Because they said that it would prove that aliens created us, and they created also religions, including Jesus. Question: why did only Christians need to be prepared for this disclosure? If they claim that those aliens created all religions, why did they only need to prepare Christians? Why didn't they tell the leaders of the Muslims to prepare the Muslims, or of the Buddhists, or of the Hindus, or of the New Agers? Could it be that they don't need to talk to other religions about it because they already are in the hands of the devil and they will believe it very easily? But because we are founded in the actual truth and the one and true God, we need a little more convincing? Just small question there. Also, what's being held back as much as possible? Many scientists who worked with said aliens, they said that while they were working with those aliens, they were not allowed to say the name Jesus. Why are they not allowed to say the name Jesus if they claim that they are the ones that created religion, including Christianity, that they came up with Jesus Christ? And ironically enough, disclosure day came. There was no falling away. But I don't think that this was the plan right now. I think there is more behind to this than just that. Because if we look at the UFO and alien files, they are laughable. It's pathetic, to say the least, because many of those images in those files are fake. They put a picture of an UFO that was shown in a Superman videos in the 80s. Yeah, a picture of that UFO was put in the files and was said that it was legit. and many other things that the majority of people either already knew or heard about were in the files. Now, I don't think that this was a big shock moment. I think this was a preparation of the big shock moment. Because here's the thing about the human psyche. Once you hear something, even if it's in a fictional sense, the brain saves it. And should this event come to pass in real life, the brain already heard of it, it already knows of it, so it's not that big of a surprise, which means it's easier to accept. This event with the pastors went absolutely viral. And the seed, because it prepared at the church, the seed has been planted for Christians all over the world. Because I'm not saying that they prepared congregation to believe what is in the alien files. They said they would prepare the congregation to not fall for the deception. But the seed has been planted. Because now they know that there's a theory that aliens created us, right? And that they created Jesus and all of that. They say that they prepare people to not fall for the deception, but this was not the deception, and I know this. Oops. Wait a second. I know that because Jesus was very clear in Matthew 24:24. False Christs and false prophets will appear, and they will offer great signs and wonders in order to deceive, if possible, even those whom God has chosen. Disclosure happened. There was no big fall away because that was not the disclosure. The real disclosure is about to come. And then the big fall away will come. But it's going to be easier now because the seed has been planted. That there is a theory going around that aliens are the ones that created humans and also all religions. Because until the real disclosure happens, people will go to the internet, they will go to books, and they will go research about religions, old religions that believed that aliens, otherworldly beings, created them. And this will water the seed, and the seed will grow roots. And then when the actual disclosure, the actual deception comes, people will fall for it because the seed has been nurtured and got roots in your brain. So this disclosure, alien and UFO disclosure, are just psyops. The true proof that aliens created us and all religions is gonna come. But again, this is part of the great deception to make people fall for the Antichrist. We'll talk about this in another part of the series. And just so you know, this theory has been going on for a while now, actually, that aliens created us. I remember the first time hearing about this in 2013. And there are many people who are much older than me. And they started believing this theory because in their youth, they heard about it. So this has been going on for a very long time because this religion comes from the Sumerians. They really believe that there's an alien race called the Anunnaki, and they created humans, but those are fallen angels. And how do I know this? Because ironically, those Anunnakis come from heaven, right? An otherworldly species. They're 7 to 8 feet tall humans who also mixed themselves with human women, impregnated them, and those women brought to earth giants. They birthed giants. And here is where I reference to my spiritual realm series. I go very deep into the topic of demons, fallen angels, and aliens. This knowledge will be important for this entire series. I also talk a little bit deeper about the Anunnaki there. But for now, people, thanks for watching. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for being part of this. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to my channel, leave a comment if you feel like it, share this video with somebody. I wish you a wonderful weekend, wonderful week, whenever you're watching this. And God bless you. God loves you. I really hope that your weather is better than mine. It's pretty great right now. But besides that, we'll see each other next time. Bye!